Hi, Growing Brew folks. I hope you all are in the mood for a special summery wet, because that's what we have in store for you with this month's lineup. AAA August. We'll be delving into a couple of old world gems with an emphasis on varietals that are at the top of the world bowl. Now, kicking things off, we have Elio Kings 2022 Validiosa Petite Arvine. Now, I am cheating a little bit with the petite, so just focus on the Arvine for now, okay? Now, this wine, compared to the other two, is actually not a native varietal wine. Originally from the Valais region in Switzerland, where it is still widely cultivated, Arvine thrives in high-altitude alpine climates. It's no surprise, then, that some of the few non-Swiss plantings of Arvine in Europe have found a vacation home in the, nice, lovely Aosta Valley in northwest Italy. A second-generation estate, the Octine Winery specializes in both native and non-native alpine varietals in this cultural crossroads of Europe, nestled in the shade of Mont Blanc. Fermented and aged in stainless steel, this gorgeously pure expression of Arvine smells like a mountain getaway. Notes of pine, alpine herbs, a mix of crisp citrus and orchard fruits, and a steely minerality that is a trademark of this part of Italy, just underpinning everything nice and nutty. Next up, we are going all the way to Greece, specifically the island of Santorini, where Domaine Sigilas has its home. Their 2023 AA wine is a blend of two native A's, a Assyrtiko and a Thierry, which are believed to have originated in Santorini itself, so you can't really get much more homey than that. And while Assyrtiko has the largest market share in consumers' minds of Greek white wines, the Thierry is oftentimes blended with Assyrtiko to soften out the edges of the former's bracing acidity and intense aromas. Sourced from 60-year-old vines, the AA from Sigilas is bright and salty with more of a floral edge on account of the Thierry. Concentrated yet balanced, this summery traditional Greek wine is basically what I want as my aperitif for the rest of the season, what I want in my fridge, what I want in my brunch, just anything that is zesty, has some seafood, something with a little bit of spice, like a kebab. This is the one to go for. Now, last but not least, we have this tall drink of water, Luis Ciaba's 2022 Granito Cru Alvarinho from the Montsal e Malvaso subzone of Vinho Verde. Now, those were a lot of words, so let's break down bit by bit. Luis Ciaba is one of the best winemakers in Portugal, specializing in site-specific wines in the Douro and Douro regions. Now, this monovarietal Alvarinho which is not to be confused with Alvarinhos, just north of the border in Spain. This is sourced from a few grand-soiled sites in Montsal and Malvaso, a designated area within the appellation of Vinho Verde. Now, while Vinho Verde as an appellation has no shortage of casual, everyday wines, the Granito Cru is a far cry from casual. In fact, it selfishly may be my favorite of this lineup. Meticulously crafted and cared for in the vineyards and in Ciaba's cellar, the wine is so cutting, so laser focused from start to finish, that it is hard not to love it and to put it down. Despite only clocking in at 12.5% alcohol, the palate is weighty and showcases a remarkable medley of citrus, stone, and tropical fruits with a superb mineral tone underpinning the palate and finish. In fact, this spends like 7 months on the leaves, but it is not disturbed, so you're not getting those biscuity, toasty notes you might get in Chardonnay, just getting structure and intensity and complexity. Lean and mean, the Granito could easily age for a decade without slowing down at all. It is a phenomenal wine. And so there you have it. These AAA wines will give you a taste of some of Portugal, Greece, and Italy's best winemakers and regions that are perfect for these last several weeks of summer. I hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you in September.